think he's already dead in the ground. So please don't wake me up. Please don't wake me up.
Hey guys, Liam B here, and in today's video I'm doing a breakdown review of the latest Call of Duty title, Vanguard by Sledgehammer Games. This review will cover the main three aspects of the game: campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. If you're wondering whether or not to buy Vanguard, I will not outright tell you if you should buy it. By looking at the praise and critiques I award it, you should be able to make a decision for yourself. Now, before we jump into this campaign section, it contains some spoilers, so I have chapters set up on this video so you can review on each section of the game. Without further ado, let's get into this. Oh feck, wrong game. Now, before we get into the actual modes, I'm going to quickly talk about the build up to the release of the game. Did you know, by the way, that Vanguard was teased back in Call of Duty World War II by the name of this medal? Okay, yeah, it's probably just a coincidence, but I'll just move on. There was little hype for Vanguard's release. The beta was not the greatest due to bugs, but like that's literally the point of the beta, but people treated it as a demo of the game. I can't wait for the beta thing. If they fixed a few things graphically, it could be a good game. Vanguard is not hyped because Sledgehammer had already made a World War II game. People thought because it was built on Modern Warfare 2019's engine, it was just going to be a reskinned Modern Warfare 2019. Activision had tried hard to sell this game.
Vanguard. Vanguard. Vanguard.
In Warzone before launch, you got skin packs and early access to Vanguard weapons, and even Vanguard owners get to play the new Warzone map one day before it's released publicly. It felt like they were going to try and sell it to Warzone players just for the bonuses and not the actual game. Then the release date came and everyone booted up the new Call of Duty Vanguard campaign.
Nazi Germany, the final push into the heart of darkness. The SOE had recruited the six of us under my command for one reason: to retrieve files on the top secret Project Phoenix, the last gasp of the Third Reich. A coalition of allied commandos thrown together and aimed at where our enemy was most vulnerable. This was meant to be our first and only mission. Would you look at that?
Alrighty, Call of Duty Vanguard's campaign. Now, I've obviously completed it, but this is a review, so I won't be telling you that much of the story and events because I want you to experience it yourself. Now, if you can already tell from that statement, I love this campaign. But that's just an unsupported opinion, so let me give the reasons as to why I love Vanguard's campaign. Vanguard's campaign does what a World War campaign should be: a war all over the world. The COD World War II campaign was not a World War campaign, it was an American campaign, but it seems like Sledgehammer took on the criticism and recognized the other 100 countries in the world, so clapping Drake to you, Sledgehammer. The story is focused around a team of 6 specialist allied forces who have been tasked with finding and stopping Project Phoenix. The campaign is different from the traditional squadron goes all over the world and kills everyone and then wins campaign we're used to in usual COD games. The team gets captured and locked up. They're getting interrogated and have to tell their story to the Nazi interrogators. We then play through their story, which helps you learn about the characters. Now, I'm going to be straight up and honest, Pauline by far has the best story, and with some of them I just want them to finish, like I was just bored. Like the airplane one, because my god, them controls were so hard to use. Anyway, seeing as these operators are all from all over the Allies, we get to see battles that take place in Oceania, Asia, the Middle East and Europe. This is a great way of showcasing how all fronts were at war and it was happening, and it helps us bond with the characters more as we learn about their backstory and personality. Because the characters are retelling their story, you know they will survive, but you often find them in a situation where you're wondering, how on earth do they actually survive this? The atmosphere in these missions are ridiculously good. We land in Papua New Guinea in a jungle and I found myself getting completely lost in the jungle and doing loops around the map. I generally went back to spawn at one point and I just got so confused at what I was going. But that's a good thing because you literally got, like, immersed. You're meant to get lost in a jungle, like. Along with this, the lighting and fog is very cinematic at times and really helps immerse yourself into the game. Look at the footage of Russia. All of a sudden everything is fine and normal and you're going up with your friend team, and the next second you're running all over buildings as they collapse around you. It showcased the reality war and how unforgiving it was. The destruction in this game is fantastic. The game is historically accurate this time as well. No more iron crosses. It feels weird to say it as a positive, but with games these days it's not often you'll even see a Nazi flag within the game. But these Nazi characters are true to real Nazis. They're racist towards Arthur Kingsley, the captain of the team, as he is black.
I know why you chose to cooperate. I would not take orders from a Negro either. I have spoken with the Fuhrer on exactly one occasion. He recommended a book to me, The Passing of the Great Race, by an American, a man named Madison Grant. The Fuhrer had nothing but praise for him.
Even when you meet up with a black soldier, you realise they're in a segregated coloured squadron, and that's how it was in the military back then.
Oh, a colored regiment.
Paulina, who is a woman, is not allowed to be a soldier and is forced to be a medic as well.
Must be nice.
It would have been nice to have a choice on the matter.
At least you get to
Oh,
fight.
don't tell me at least, you?
Fight it! You're both doing your part.
Even Hitler is in the game, which I don't think I've ever seen before. All these realism once again help immerse ourselves into what that we're fighting real Nazi pigs.
You Nazis, you make me miss fighting in the stinking Pacific.
The campaign is great at displaying the violent realism of the war. One second you can open a door with your best friend and next second he's on the floor dead with no head. There are many graphic scenes within this, such as when the Germans interrogated Paulina.
I need only your screams. That will convince your friends to talk.
Why? Because I am a woman. You're not very good at this, are you?
You'll often also witness things like people getting rounded up and shot up by the Germans. Animations from characters in this game are so good as well. Look at this fight scene, it looks so genuine.
Do not lie to me again.
The NPCs are actually intelligent as well, as you'll often see them proning in strategic positions, or when they're behind cover, they'll do blind fire. You'll also see the Japanese coming out of little trapdoors in the ground and charging at you with bayonets, which makes you panic a bit, like, where did they come out of? The story then resumes after you find out everyone's stories. The campaign is a little short overall, but I still think it was done with quality over quantity though. Although sometimes the stories got boring because they'd go back to the traditional, go here, shoot guys, go here, shoot guys, repetition. And it's not completely original, as Battlefield 1 did something similar, retelling war stories from across the globe. And I think about it, Battlefield 5 logo is quite similar to Vanguard's. Anyway, I hope I haven't said too much to ruin it, as I hope you generally go and play it. So I'd give it the whole campaign as a whole a W.
Wait, so why are you breaking up with me again?
Because I found someone better than you and you're always cheating on me. Like, I had enough of this.
Holy shit, I just hit a
Okay, before we get into this, there's something you need to know about multiplayer. If you use any other gun than the STG-44 and MP40, you will get a social credit deficit.
这见证8个纪录片在香港这座城市的设置。
但是，所有的你并且所有进行着我所以希望，所以现在是因为时间。
Or at least that's what the game would have you believe. The multiplayer on Vanguard is beautiful. Modern Warfare 2019 now had a decent multiplayer, but this game is like getting a rasher or bacon as Americans call it. and then stripping off all of the fat, which is MW 2019, and you're left with the yummy goodness that is Call of Duty Vanguard. The maps, for the most part, are amazing. They all encourage you to run around, as there's not really any camping spots besides on Gavutu, and God knows I fucking hate that map. There are 20 maps available on Vanguard, which isn't really true. It's what the advertising wants you to believe. 4 of these maps are for Champion King, which, to be honest, I completely forgot about, and I had to quickly grab footage of this because it reminded me of the mode. Now, don't get me wrong, it by no means is a bad or unfun game mode. I think it's just that as I played it so much in the beta, I just don't feel like touching it again for a while. If you're wondering what it is, let the military instructor here just tell you.
Welcome to Champion Hill, friends. Your team has a whole bunch of lives. Lose all your lives and you're eliminated. Last team standing wins. Grab some gear at those buy stations. Take out opponents, get cash. Easy. You can also grab some cash off the ground.
The game mode's pretty fun and is different from the other 3v3 modes we had previously. I'm not going to dwell on this mode too much, as I think it is fun and you should just play it yourself if you get the chance. The movement is really nice when this multiplayer, and I swear to God, if I see anyone complain about me playing with motion blur, I'm going to be mad. I'm a certified motion blur lover, okay? Leave me alone, it looks nice. The servers are not up to standard if I'm being honest. I didn't clip it, but I had a game where animations would happen in slow motion whilst you move normal and like fast pace. It was also the weirdest thing I've ever played, and I wasn't the only one who got this, as everyone else was playing weird like me. I had only a 80 ping, which is not enough for the experience that I got. And I ended up searching for a new game, and the lag was completely fine. One thing I recommend you do is disable texture streaming in your settings, as that can lead to a lot of packet bursts and lag your game, as it downloads the textures as you play. Now, every Call of Duty multiplayer has a unique selling point, so what does this year's have? This year has way more in-depth destructible surfaces. I really like this edition, as it can change how the game can be played. Now, not every surface can be broken, but it is quite distinguishable from the surface that can be broken and the ones that can't. The game also features 2 remastered maps from World at War, which I think has been long overdue. We barely see any remasters from that game. And the 2 maps that were remastered are Castle and Dome, and which are really, really good maps. I really cannot stress how most of the maps are really well made and flow so nicely in MP. If I had to list the maps I don't like, it'd be Kavuntu, the Mansk, and Subpens. Red Star was close to being on this list, but the Blitz version of it saves it. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the new combat pacing options in MP. You can select one of the 3 pacing to play at, which differs with the player count allowed on per map. For example, a Blitz pacing of Red Star will allow 24 versus 24 players, while Blitz pacing of Das Haus will allow 8v8, as it is a really small map, while Red Star is really big. The pacing is basically dictate how fast you want the gameplay to be, as there's a tactical and assault as well as Blitz. Personally, I'm a Blitz lover, as I like the quick gameplay and the higher playing count, which means more kills. Another thing they've added, although minor, is that when mounting you can now move side to side. This was very needed, as in MW 2019, which is the only other game to have the mounting feature, I'd often unmount and have to mount again just to try and get the right angle. It's a nice addition despite mounting not being used often. I'm a fan of the time to kill in this game and overall how the gunplay is. Despite popular belief, there are guns that are good other than the STG-44, such as the automation. I expect the STG-44 meta to die as players get higher leveled, as it is the first gun you get. This year there are no assists. Instead, they've opted for the kind of Overwatch system where assists and kills get labelled as eliminations. I think this is a better system, as you can do 99% of the damage and still get no credit for a kill previously. Although this has led to you being able to shoot a guy once and get the credit for a kill, which counts towards kill streaks. The kill streaks are much more balanced this year, and I haven't found myself getting annoyed at any particular kill streak. The only thing I might say is a bit OP might be the bombing run, but that's only really slightly. Sledgehammer are incredibly good at listening to the community, having changed all the visibility complaints from the beta. They've already shown that they are listening, as Das Haus is an incredibly popular map, as it's like the shipment of this year's COD, even though, by the way, they are adding shipment, I think, on the 17th. Fans asked for a Das Haus 24/7 playlist and got it in 2 days of asking. This is a big difference from when fans wanted a shoot house and shipment playlist back in MW 2019 and had to wait over a month to try and get it. This MP is one of the best we've had in years overall, so I'd give the multiplayer a W.
Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List, you are the instrument of my revenge. I give you an army of the dead, but our enemies have allies from beyond this mortal
brand new Vanguard Zombies. They're on phone. I'm pretty excited to see what the gameplay is like. I just hope that it's actually good. Screen's in the stone. Oh, my screen's gone black. Help! My screen's gone black. Oh my, what the fuck? Is that the game over? I'm done. Vanguard Zombies is really fun and enjoyable and not boring or repetitive all to play. I love playing Vanguard Zombies.
I was acting.
Holy fecking Christ. Where do I begin? Alright, let me start off with this. There is no pause button. And if you pause the game, you will not stop playing and zombies will attack you. Oh, you can't pause the game. I was trying to pause the game there, boys. You want to know why this is? For some reason, solo zombies has to be played on a dedicated server, which means yes, you can lag in a single player game. People like Mr. T-Lexify have already begun speedrunning lagging in a solo match.
Sub 10, sub 10. Okay, spammers, get ready, begin! Oh! Chat! You saw it! Sub 9! 9 seconds! Sub 10! We fucking did it, boys! Let's go! I saw that frame like.
And even if you find a safe space to AFK, you can still get kicked for AFKing in a single player lobby. I don't even have to explain why this is terrible. There isn't even a fucking wonder weapon, not even a basic ray gun. Like, how do you not have the famous ray gun in zombies? Alright, before I go listing out all the side things wrong with Fong, let me get into fundamentally why it's just bad. Fong's gameplay loop is doing one of 3 objectives on 4 different maps. Now, I've already made a video talking about this topic, but none of the maps are original that we see. Shino Numa returns, as well as 2 multiplayer maps, Red Star and Hotel... What, that map anyway? And a campaign mission map. Initially, the first few rounds are okay gameplay wise, as teleporters move to different areas of the hub where you can then complete tasks to unlock more of the hub. The issue is once you complete these, you have no real reason to continue. The 3 objectives are nowhere near enough to keep you engaged when to play the game more, as once you experience them once, you've literally completed the whole game. Like, the zombies only award 10 points per kill compared to like 100 previously, which, while you do get 1000 per objective, is still not enough when tier 3 pack punch costs 30,000 points. There's 2 new types of zombies, one that basically just explodes, another one is like a tank who like shoots you with a machine gun. These 2 are alright. I think the tank one doesn't really do enough damage, or at least I haven't experienced that. Probably other people might have different opinions, but I don't really have any complaints for these. One thing I do like about this year's zombies is the perk system. There's 5 perks, which isn't enough alone, as there was like 10 last year in Cold War, but there's 4 tiers to each perk and you can upgrade them by spending points, and the first tier is free. Personally, I kind of like this, but if it were to be used on round-based maps, I like the tiers to give you more unique rewards. For example, Speed Cola, instead of it making you go faster and then next year makes you go even faster when you're reloading, I like it maybe if it give you a unique reward. Another complaint I have for this map is that as making this review, there is not a single Easter egg. No main boss fight, or not even a fucking teddy bear song Easter egg. There's just nothing. These little Easter eggs can go a long way in making the user experience more enjoyable, as they give like an experience when you're exploring the map and all that. The actual gameplay of Vanguard Zombies is actually quite fun and gives me an urge to go play it once in a while. But then once I go and play it, I remind I have to do these stupid and repetitive and boring tasks, and the fun just ends. There's a new sacrifice system where once you do an objective, you can select a perk to equip. It's not like speed coloring, it's a different type of perk, and they get better as you get further into the game. This is a cool system, I guess. I have no real complaints here. The game uses the same salvage system as Cold War, but it feels like a lot less salvage is going out this year. I'm yet to be able to buy a fucking quick revive. The difficulty drop off is humongous. On round 3, I literally complete an objective without getting hurt once, whilst if you get to around round 20, you literally cry of pain because of how hard it is. You might be saying, well Liam, the mode isn't made for you. Well then, who's it made for? Because Outbreak players have also said that they don't enjoy the mode, and I myself love round-based maps, so who is it made for? Now, I do feel sorry for Treyarch, who are the team who've made Vanguard Zombies, as it was kind of clearly done within a short time frame. Although with Cold War's lackluster end, it was kind of excused, as we all thought they must be working hard for Vanguard's launch, just for us to learn that we gotta wait till Season 2 for our round-based map. I believe Treyarch have nonetheless still tried their hardest and weren't given enough time for this launch. I'm definitely still going to be paying attention to zombies for the rest of the year, as I really think something good can still come from it. Overall though, launch zombies gets an L from me. In conclusion, Vanguard is definitely Sledgehammer's greatest work. Campaign, despite being 5 to 7 hours long and being boring at bits, is still good overall and the cutscenes are done very well. The multiplayer is something I see myself playing a lot longer than Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War, as it really is fun, and I hope the future DLC maps live up to the standard of the current ones. The zombies though, I'll play every now and then until the first round base or major change is made, and hopefully improve. So overall I'd say this year's COD is a pretty strong one. Just shame it's been pretty underhyped, as I think a lot of people will enjoy it. Now if you did enjoy this video, a subscription to the channel and a like will go a long way. Also, I promised in the last video donate €5 and then 50 cents per like, and we ended up getting 8 likes, so that's an extra €4 added to the total, so we donated €9 to #TeamSeas. I might do something like this in the future, but anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.